So, in addition to this, we've got some interesting news coming out of Nintendo. So, given the success of the Super Mario Brothers movie, this is probably one of the biggest hits of 2023, if not the biggest hit. Um, it's a it's hit just over $1 billion, and I think it's just about to hit streaming now. So people are going to get a second bite of the apple, or third, given how much money this movie's made. Uh, that was an
That was me
apple
taking a bite of the
biting
apple.
sound
It is
from Jammer.
it's just over 1.2 billion and it's available for digital
Yeah.
only purchase or rent with home video being a little bit later.
Rushing.
Wait, home video. What are you talking about?
So you can
People
only get
watching.
from like Voodoo or whatever where you can purchase it digitally
Oh,
only.
okay.
There's no
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So given that success from the Super Mario film, we've got some little rumblings coming out. The producer of the recent Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom, has talked about the fact that he is interested in a film. But it's not just me being interested in something that makes things happen. The mute speak,
Wise
as they
man.
would say in the Star Wars universe. So Eiji Aonuma.
Aonuma.
Yeah, I just said it weirdly.
Aonuma.
Yeah,
You
there we
did.
go. Said that he wants to get a movie going. Are you guys interested, given what you've seen from the Mario movie specifically? Yeah, that's it. So I think for me, I'll
Audio
go
listeners,
first.
we all shook our heads.
Yeah, there was a big east-west. So the Mario movie, at least for me, as somebody that was a fan of the franchise growing up, I didn't care for it. My kids loved it, right? It's because they don't have discerning taste. They eat shit off the floor because they're children. That's what they do.
Did you raise
Um,
dogs?
No, they're just
Yikes.
wild, feral children. That's what children do. And so the quality that we got from the Super Mario Brothers movie isn't something that made me really want to see a sequel to that, or even anything in the Nintendo franchise universe, whatever. I would be more excited if they had said, "Yeah, we're going to make a Zelda film, but it won't come from Illumination." So that's
Yeah,
me.
I agree. And that's the thing is, here's the thing, Mario. It's I love Mario. Grew up with Mario like many of us did, but I'm not like attached to the mythology. I'm like, oh, there's some strong mythology behind Mario that you got to get behind. Like I'm not really attached to anything. So for me, what it did, while very disappointing because there was a lot of potential, it was fine. But I don't
Yeah.
want that for Zelda. Zelda is like, as Jonesy takes the mythology of Fast and Furious seriously, I take the mythology of Zelda very seriously and would be disappointed if it's something that gets flubbed in an adaptation. And unfortunately, as much as I like Illumination, I think they're great business folks and I think they have some good movies, but I worry that they're just going to rely too heavily on fan service and not enough on actual good character arcs.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that would be the big. People talk about, oh, that the biggest issue is Link. I guess yes, that's an issue, but like, I'm just worried about them capturing a good story or making a good story, which is doable, but they just need to have. They need to take some risks. And
Biggest issue, like,
the
will
whole
he
the,
speak?
the premise of Mario, no, I don't think it's a big issue. Mario, the biggest issue with Mario is it took no risks. Zelda needs to take risks in order to be successful in my eye.
What's the biggest issue with Link? If it's not whether or not he speaks.
No, I mean with Link, sure, but I'm saying the biggest issue with adapting Zelda.
Ah, okay.
Because yeah, that's an
Yeah.
issue, but I mean like we'll be like, I can't believe he's speaking, and then we'll get over it. Like we'll get over it after we get understanding of who his personality is. Though I will say, if they were to adapt it, they can disappoint everybody, but also be safe and maybe pretty cool if they adapt more of a Wind Waker type style that allows Link to have more of a personality. And I think it'll be less shocking if that Link speaks than if Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild Link speaks.
Listen, as someone who enjoyed Wind Waker, listening to all the bitching and moaning about the art style of Wind Waker,
But it was so
just-
good.
Whatever. People couldn't stand it. Excuse me, Princess. Danny, what do you think of all of this?
I've got 100% full disclosure. I've got no skin in the game on this, guys, because that's
No?
not a game I ever played. It's not something I ever got into at all. So it would be very unfair for me to even offer any kind of opinion. I'm afraid not very good viewing or listening pleasure, but I've got nothing on this. I defer to your brilliance, Jammer and Jammer.
All right. And that's how we leave the show. Opinionless.
Whoa, what about you?
From Danny.
Oh, from Danny.
I
I
already
thought
said
you
it.
were,
I went first.
did you? What'd you say?
You weren't listening.
I
Jammer.
spoke
I'm
first.
so rude.
Jesus Christ, you completely zoned out of my opinion about the fact that I would be
Apparently.
more happy if someone other than Illumination did it.
Okay, well, then what do you want to see from a Zelda adaptation? Because it's not
Man, you know-
necessarily a foregone conclusion that it's going to go with Illumination.
Attack on Titan. Make that.
Ew.
Give me-
What does that mean? Oh, the
what?
people who made it. The studio who made it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just thought you were thinking like make it like Attack on Titan. I'm like, why would you do that? That's not Zelda at
No.
all.
No. Give me the.
Okay,
Give
so
me
you
the
make an
studio.
anime.
Yes.
Okay.
I think a Legend of
That's fair.
Zelda anime would like be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
Which story would you adapt?
I
Or would you
haven't played-
create an original story?
I think it would be better to create an original story. I think that is the great thing about Final Fantasy and Legend of Zelda, that there are so many that it is easy to just create a new story, and then you don't have to really deal with the expectations that people will have of like, oh, you're adapting A Link to the Past, so this is what's going to happen. This is going to happen, or this is Majora's Mask. Oh, of course it's going to be this, that, and the other. Like, let all that go. Right.
And then they're upset
so-
when it doesn't match it, or upset when they change
That's right.
it. Something.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, that's me. That's what I think. What about you? If
Cool.
it's not Illumination, who would it be?
I think I've already said this before. Fortiche. Fortiche would be great.
Mm. Okay.
They did. What's it called? Arcane.
No. Yeah. I feel like we're just pegging them for everything now.
Yeah, because they're awesome. They don't necessarily. It doesn't need to be dark and gritty, but I want that quality of CG animation though.
Sure. Okay.
What about the powerhouse Castlevania? That kind of Western anime blend.
I don't like that look.
Mm.
I don't mind the studio. It's not like the studio can only do that. But as far as like kind of getting that that sort of Western Eastern type of look, like make it anime or make it something else.
I have-
because
I have
in between.
two dream studios to do a Power Rangers. You know, like if you could adapt the Shattered Grid art from the
Boom.
comics.
Yeah.
Yep. It would either be Powerhouse, because I think their style would just fit with that super well, or Super Dream anime Trigger. Let Trigger do.
Yep.
Trigger would be
Trigger.
awesome.
Let
Because Trigger
do
could be
it.
good for Zelda too, because I know we associate them with over the top like adult stuff, but they did Little Witch Academia, which is also very kid friendly, cute, whatever. They can have range if they need to.
And
I don't
the-
know if it's a good
the
fit
Grid-
for Zelda,
the
but it could be
Gridman-
interesting to watch.
The Gridman universe shows are phenomenal, and yeah, it's all good.
Okay. Yeah. Trigger for Boom Comics. I'm on board. All
I
right.
feel like Trigger is like a gimme for a lot of stuff because they're just so cool. Their style is so cool. Even if I hate their anime, like some of their anime where I'm like, I don't like that. It's stupid. Their style is just like, that was a dope camera move. That was really cool. Like, I'm glad you did it that way.
All right. Well, I think we can leave it